All right, I know the Oscars are long gone, and we probably have a lot of more serious things that we should be dealing with in our lives right now. But there's something that I need to discuss because I've been seeing this an alarming amount of times. All right, because as we know, Michael B. Jordan won Best Leading Actor. I think that's what the award is called, right? He won Best Leading Actor over people like Timothée Chalamet, some other people I low-key forgot. I think what's his name? Was Leonardo DiCaprio? Was he in the running for that? I don't know. But Michael B. Jordan won it, and rightfully so, right? That's what the smart people think. But I've been seeing some people saying some dumb stuff, saying some really dumb stuff. Timothée should have won that award. And this is no hit against Timothée, right? But come on, bro. Michael B. Jordan obviously should have won that, right? I'm going to put a comment up right here. This is just an example. I've seen this a number of times. I can't screenshot the amount of times I've seen it, right? But people are saying that Timothée just had a better performance. And I'm about to explain why that's just not true. Okay, because I watched both movies. I watched Marty Supreme and I watched Sinners. First of all, Sinners is just a better movie. So I would probably go back and watch Sinners 100,000 more times more than I would go back and watch Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme was not a bad movie. Let me rate both the movies all together. First, I would give Marty Supreme a solid 7.5 out of 10. Right? It was a little convoluted. The pacing was a little weird. The story was a little whatever, but it was a decent movie. So it wasn't a terrible movie, nowhere near, right? And then we have Sinners. Sinners was about a 9.67 out of 10. 9.6 or 7 out of 10. And that's crazy. You don't see that a lot with movies these days. Cinema has low-key been ill. But Sinners was a 9.7 out of 10, right? So the movie was just overall better. Now let's get to the separate actors' performances. I'm going to start with Timothée. I think Timothée had a really good performance. But, and this is important when you're acting, when you become a big name, a really well-known name, it sometimes can be hard for people that are watching to not see you, the actor, instead of the character, right? It may be hard for people to see the character, right? Because when I was watching it, obviously I was in tune with the story, but it was hard for me not to see Timothée Chalamet when I should be trying to see, what's his, Marty, or whatever his name was, right? I couldn't see Marty sometimes. I just saw Timothée, right? So that made it hard for me to give him the utmost props when it comes to his performance, right? But he did do good in his performance. He did what he did. There were some crazy scenes. He got spanked on the butt, which was insane. Booty butt naked. Wish I didn't see that. Closed my eyes as soon as I could, but it was insane. But he didn't have a bad performance. I feel like he conveyed emotion really well. Timothy's always really done good with that. But I hear, what's his name, Marty Mauser, he had an accent. Timothée didn't have an accent. He was the only one in the movie who didn't have an accent. So it's just a few things that just could have been better, right? And like I said, I only saw Timothée when I was watching the movie. I didn't see Marty Mauser as much as I felt like I should have, right? So that's enough on Timothée. He did a good job, though. He was worthy of the nomination for sure. And then we have Sinners, Michael B. Jordan, right? First of all, let's just get the scope of everything correctly. Michael B. Jordan, let's get it right. Michael B. Jordan plays Smoke and Stack, and then he played a vampire. So technically, if you want to get technical here, he played 3 characters in one movie and played them all exceptionally well. That's not something that we should just be scoffing at, bro. He played 3 characters, essentially. People don't really realize that. He played 3 characters. People like, oh, he played 2 characters, Smoke and Stack. He played 3. He played a vampire, bro. That's a whole different mindset you got to enter when you try to act. And he was able to play it very well, right? So not only did he play 3 characters, there was just nuances between Smoke and Stack that made them distinguishably different in how they carried themselves. He made sure that we were able to tell the difference. His performance was so good that we could easily tell the difference between Smoke and Stack, right? Smoke was, I think Smoke was the blue one, right? I'm the one who wore blue. Hopefully I'm not getting this incorrect. Smoke was the one who wore the blue. He was more serious. Stack was more the jokester, right? That's just the big things that you could obviously see. There was different nuances between both of them that just made them different. And he was able to convey that through his performance. And then he played a vampire, which is just crazy. 3 characters. That alone should have bolstered up his performance, right? Him just playing those 3 characters. Not only did he play the 3 characters, he played them exceptionally well, conveying emotion. He did everything. He checked off every box for Best Leading Actor for him to get that win. So it just really angers me to see people saying that Michael B. Jordan didn't deserve it and that Timothée Chalamet got robbed. How can you say something like that? That's just so disrespectful, and it's just not true. It's just factually untrue because Timothée did not get robbed. Michael B. Jordan had a better performance, objectively. And I think that's just facts. For all you real cinema enjoyers out there, I feel like y'all can agree with me. Michael B. Jordan had the objectively better performance. And it's just sad to see people saying that he didn't deserve it. It really hurts me, bro, because he has so much range. We've seen it. He's from Fruitvale Station, Just Mercy, my bad. Black Panther, obviously. Creed, obvious. Now Sinners, bro. Come on now. He's done so much. He has so much range. And it's just finally just so good to see him getting his recognition. And then when he does get his recognition, we got people hating in comment sections saying Timothée got robbed. Well, he literally did not. He had a good performance, yes. But he did not deserve Best Leading Actor over Michael B. Jordan. And that's just facts. It's almost like an objective fact that he didn't deserve it over Michael B. Jordan. Just for the fact that Michael B. Jordan played 3 characters, right? Michael B. Jordan played 3 characters, Timothée played 1. Michael B. Jordan played those 3 characters exceptionally well. Timothée played his character pretty good. Not exceptionally well, though. There was more he could have done to elevate his performance. And that's just facts. All right, let me know what y'all think. That's my rant for today. Just had to get that out there. Michael B. Jordan definitely deserved his Oscar. And that's facts. Smiley out, bruh.